Well, I didn't do a start off video because there was a lot of calculating and a lot of running around. We figured out everything we need for the basement window framing and the basement windows themselves. Then we went to Home Depot, and that took way too long trying to find good lumber and the windows, and they were supposed to have 5. They only had 3. Well, they had 4, but one was all messed up. So we're back at it now. It's pretty late in the day. So we're going to work on just getting a little bit of framing done, I guess. We got a little wall to build over here. So yeah, so we still got to build the little divider wall in this closet. And we got to stud out this area here. We got a couple of corner boards to put in. We got some studs to replace in the bathroom where they were rotted out a long time ago when somebody rehabbed the bathroom. And they didn't take them out. They just sisted up stuff next to it so they could screw the tub to it or the surrounds. So I got to replace a few of those. And then we got some 2x6s to replace those last ceiling joists. So I'm not sure what I can get for video footage in here because we're going to be bouncing around and whatnot, but I'll do my best. All right, so that might have not have looked like a lot of work getting done, but that was a lot of tedious right there. But that had to be done over the LVL and whatnot. That should be good. Those are 2x12s, so, and it's only 40 inches wide in total, and it's got double cripples on it. So that should be plenty strong enough. The building inspector will have the final call on whether I have to change those out to LVLs or not. But I wanted to get something done with it, and that's all I had, and I didn't have LVLs because I keep forgetting to get them. So we ended up moving this whole setup over one because the original jack stud, the original cripple that was under the side of this went to the floor. It didn't go to the bottom plate. And then the king stud went to the bottom plate. So we opened this up a little bit more. So now this will be wide enough for a 32-inch door rather than a 30-inch door. And yeah, and we got all the bottoms of these squared away. And we found out that board there is bowed. So I'm gonna have to cut that and sister it up so the roof will be level. I'll deal with that later. But all this is all tied in all the way here. That's all squared away. So that's a huge relief there. And I think we're gonna wrap up these last three right here in the bathroom, which I think I showed these earlier. But as you can see, those were pretty bad. And then when somebody rehabbed the bathroom at some point in its life, they just scabbed next to it rather than replace it all. So we're gonna replace it all three of those. So let's get those squared away because it's already getting late and we'll get to it. Well, that is it for today. It's 6:45, so I have just enough time to clean up and go take Riley for a walk. And then Chris has a long ride home. Thank you again, Chris. I appreciate it, as always. And like I said, it might not seem like a huge milestone of a day, but getting that doorway squared away and this whole center wall with all the new bottom plate down there, none of that was nailed. That was all just sitting in place, holding pressure on it. So that is all nailed now. Everything's leveled up, nailed. And these boards here, we had to square those up because they had bows in them, and got those squared, nailed on both sides of this. Excuse me. I had to add another board here for a corner piece of sheetrock to be able to screw to. We replaced those three and got all these ones nailed in and got this one here nailed off, and then brought in another corner piece here to be able to run the sheetrock here so you have something to screw to. So with that, the bathroom, I believe, is all set. I'm gonna scrutinize it all. I think I got to put some nails across the bottoms of these wall studs, but we're looking pretty good. So that was satisfying. And I got more lumber to work with here to tidy up a couple more areas. And we got 16 footers for the ceiling joists in here. So those are here. I only got 3 of the 5 windows that I need for the basement, but that's okay because those are here. I can start the framing and whatnot. And as far as picking up the other 2, I can pick those up in the Malibu if I'm out with Riley and just put them in the trunk. You know, it's not a big item. So anyway, I'm probably going to tie this into a second video, I believe. So hold tight for a second and see if this plays into a next video. If not, thanks again for watching.